Just keep it all going for Angie. Is she coming on down? Angie, coming on down.
So I was silenced in childhood because I heard all the time that children are just to be seen and not heard. Truth be told, I was seen as an object, and I never expressed myself out of fear of punishment. I had a lot to say going on the inside, but I knew best to open my mouth. So I observed, and I took it all in as close as I could to my heart, and I knew, keep it on lockdown. I felt it was easier that I would just be seen, hidden, and silenced, because then I would get in less trouble. I was 15 years old, and I called my best friend, and I said, hey, I want you to go to my house and pick up some clothes so we can go to that party when I got off work. She picks me up, and she's like, the party's been moved to your house. I show up, cops were already there, they busted it. I had no words. Standing there, didn't stand up for myself. My dad was called, and he was already on his way home from vacation on a flight. I literally had tears, and I held them back. They weren't going to get me any kind of positive attention anyway. I knew that the shirt on my back was all I had. And when I walked out that door, unfortunately but fortunately, the best thing that happened to me was that I got out of the abuse. Now, when you're set up as a child in an abusive home, let me tell you, cray-cray sets the stage for the future. And when I tell you that I was on my own, 15, and I'm like, okay, I got a waitress job, and I got housing to boot, it was right there. These boss men, let me tell you, with their sexual innuendos, it was just like home life. Having a smile, stuffing the anger, you keep it quiet, you keep it moving. Because I sure as hell was going to become the best damn therapist in the world and put myself through college, and that is damn sight what I did, but boy, did I have to fight. And I was a fighter. I could do anything for a buck. So when it came time for me going to the gym one day, I'm now on my own, I see this college-age kid. He's walking in, and I'm like, okay, keep it to yourself. He goes back to lift the weights, and then I feel his ick. It's sliming me. And I'm like, okay, don't look, but I nonchalantly glaze over, and I catch his stare. There's nobody in the joint. Nobody's there but he and I. He's like, you want me to whip it out? I'm like, did he just, I could say it again. You want me to whip it out right here, right now? My brain is on lockdown. I am like, warning, alarm, freeze. What am I supposed to do with this? And I knew that if I even screamed for help, there was not going to be anybody to come and help me. So I slowly backed up and I removed myself from the equation. I'm back home and I am pacing back and forth. Boyfriend at the time, he comes home. He's like, look, for the next month, I'll go with you to the gym. Okay, he's certainly not going to say anything with me being there. Wouldn't you know, of course, the dude wasn't found for days. We got 5 weeks in, and of course, that place was always populated. There was never just a one-time person incident. So we're pulling out of the driveway, and I see him. I'm like, that's him. Boyfriend's like, him who? And I'm like, that's Whip It Out Boy, that's him. I'm like, quick, get in the car. You have to drive and follow him. He's like, I ain't following him. I'm like, let me in the driver's seat. I needed to be in that driver's seat for once in my life. I follow him. I tailgated like a professional. I kept a good distance, and lo and behold, we pull into his place of work. Of course, it's a restaurant. I park the car, boyfriend's sweating, and I'm like, Lord Jesus, you have got to give me some words. I walk in. He sees me immediately. He makes a beeline, leaves the server's little section, and he's like, ma'am, you cannot say anything. I'm like, not say anything? That stops here. I've got a lot to say to you, my friend. I'm like, you're crazy. And you know what? You need a few hours on the couch. And if you ever came to me, I would be charging you double. I'm like, but you got to get some sense about you. He's like ushering me to the door. He's like all frantic. And he's like, finally, I'm sorry. And I'm like, sorry doesn't cut it. It's not okay. I want you to know, however, that because of you and my being here and confronting you, The silver lining is that I get my voice back because it's been shunned and shut down by people my entire life. And what I want to do is thank you, my friend. I turned around and I walked out of that place with my head held high. That was 11 years ago. I'm telling this story tonight because I believe somebody probably needs to hear it. And I want to encourage you that if you have been silenced, if you have been quieted because people do not understand, or they have mistreated you, or they had their own garbage, you can take one small step of faith and claim your voice. The silver lining for you is that you confront it and you say, this will not happen to me again. And if you do it, speak loudly and go boldly.